Okay, Olympic bronze medalist Charlie Senior.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, nah, I'm good.
I've heard great things. I've heard you're really good at boxing, which is good.
Hopefully.
And I heard you proudly won that Olympic bronze medal, and it was only Paris 2024, right?
Yeah.
So I mean that must have just been such a moment for you.
I think I'm coming to terms with it still. Winning the medal for me was, I've only just got used to saying winning the medal, because I was still, as every athlete, high performance sports person, you want gold. So to me, I was disappointed still, but looking back at it, it's a massive thing. So I am coming to terms with it, and I can say now, like, I have won a bronze medal at the Olympics. So I'm getting there.
That's interesting. That was actually going to be one of my questions, because when you win a bronze medal, it's different fighters have different relationships with that medal. I saw Lewis Richardson the other day, who did it for GB. He's the only medalist, and he loves it. You know, he's proud of it. But then you see someone like Ben Whittaker, who won silver, and he sees it as a loss because he didn't win gold. But you're okay with it.
I'm in the middle. I understand both sides. Like, winning the medal is a massive achievement and people work their whole lives for it. I also understand the side of Ben as, like, I've sacrificed a lot, everything, missed funerals, stuff like that, birthdays. And then I walk away losing, but being rewarded for losing. And that's how I first looked at it. But then taking a step back, you do realise that things like that are just a massive achievement. It doesn't happen often ever. So, like, you are, depending on how you feel about it, I can see both sides really.
So the pro journey begins on Saturday night. Tell me how you've ended up here.
Well, I've always said if I'm going to go pro, I would like to do it properly, I think. And there's nothing wrong with being professional in Australia. We've got loads of great boxers at the moment and coming up. But I think for me, I just needed that exposure. I needed that international sparring, that training. So now I'm here, really. Last year after the Olympics, I made my decision. I came over, tried a few gyms, and I stuck with Al Smith and Eddie Lamb down at iBox. I feel like perfect environment, family environment there. So was easy to fall into place at the gym. And so now I'm living in South London as well.
It's a long way from home, right?
Very long way from home.
But what is home? Is it Australia or is it where you were born, Bradford?
I think home for me is Australia. I was born in Bradford, but I've never continuously lived there. I go back on holidays every second year or so. But home for me is Australia. I have my parents there, I have some of my grandparents there, my sister and friends. So that for me, that is where I'm from, well, my home. But now I'm making a home in South London in the UK, so I'm just coming to terms with that now as well.
How are you getting on at the iBox? Sam Noakes is out there. We just had a chat there. He's quite a character. He's kind of life and soul. You've got a few other guys in there. And how are you finding it all?
I like it, because sometimes I'll be quiet. Other times I'm a bit boisterous and will talk a bit more. But down at the gym's great. Everyone's buzzing. Everyone's always chatting. Always having a laugh. So, like, going to the gym, it was just like being back at home in Australia. It wasn't hard to fit in. Everyone's like, Sam, he's just buzzing and keeps good energy. And when I go in, I'm a bit tired and Sam's chirping, it's great, because then energy rises and everyone's up. And yeah, it's a good environment.
Do you think that will help you this week, actually, the fact that Sam is on the show, and this is such a big moment in your life and in your career where there are going to be nerves, inevitably? I think you said at the press conference, of course there's going to be nerves. Having someone like Sam around and that kind of familiarity, will that help?
I think so. I definitely think, like, debuting with Sam on the card as well, is I've spent so much time with him since I've been here. It's been 5 months and I've trained with him pretty much every day. So having him fight on the same card that I'm on, it feels great, because I can watch as well. I can see how he does things. I've got someone there who can relate to me that I know. So it's a good feeling to have both of us on.
So what sort of fighter are you? What can we expect from you as a pro?
I think for me, I always like to look good. I always like to box, start off boxing, and I want to look good doing it. I want to put on a show and entice people. But again, if I have to stand there and fight, like I'm happy to do so. I don't mind. So for me, I reckon I'm a boxer, but if it gets down to it, I'll happily stand there and fight.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, great.
Look, this sounds like a great watch. Take me back to this journey to you winning an Olympic bronze medal, because from what I've heard, from interviews that I've seen of you, from what I've read, a lot of sacrifice, especially at the very end. Big sacrifices.
Yeah, I think the journey like obviously starts when you first step into the gym. You either want it or you don't. And leading into the Olympics, like that year before, it was great. It was everywhere, international fights, tournaments, travel. Like I was fighting the number 1s and 2s and 3s in the world consistently. So I was getting that exposure and getting that experience, whereas I've only had 60 amateur fights, or they've had hundreds. And then just before the qualifier event for the Olympics, my granddad passed away. So it was a bit of a downer, but I didn't get to attend the funeral. I didn't get to go because I was on camp, I was fighting, I was training, which I wouldn't change anything. I think that is a part of the journey, that is a part of the process, and it's unfortunate I missed it. And that's why winning that bronze medal hurts a little bit more, because you sacrifice things like that to just fall short. But in the lead up, the journey, and then the result at the end, like there's injuries, there's losses, there's big tournaments, there's unexpected changes, but everything leads to that one moment. And I can say I won an Olympic medal, and I was number 7 in Australia to win a medal for boxing. So I'm stoked, really.
Was your granddad influential in you getting into boxing?
No, no one really influenced me to do it. It was just my family would just let me do whatever, try any sport. But he was always supportive. He always wanted me to do my best, and he was always talking about it whenever I spoke to him. So he was very caring and influential about it, definitely.
So you can certainly in your mind frame that, that you winning that bronze now, not losing silver or losing gold or whatever, you've won it and you've made him proud.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to think so anyway.
Well, we look forward to your debut on Saturday.
Same.
Best
Thank
of
you.
luck, Charlie.
Ta.